So my little job I want to do for this evening is go try and bleed the brakes up on my old Polo. This is this is another family heirloom. It's 97 vintage, and it was brought brand new back in 97 by my parents when I was the tender age of 10. It saw me through my last couple of years of primary school, all through secondary school, all through college. And then when I was old enough, I ended up driving it. I drove it for many years. It has got, I can tell you how many miles it's got on it currently. It's got, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got 256, turn that off, 256,000, yeah, 256,000 miles on the clock. It's a 1.9 naturally aspirated diesel. Sounds like an absolute locomotive, but it's been impeccably reliable for us. And the only reason I've taken it off the road is because the job I had for many years was only around the corner from where we lived, so it just was barely getting used. But it needed quite a number of little jobs doing to it, so I thought I'll take it off the road and slowly work through the jobs. So it's had a few months back I put on a new set of discs pads. You won't be able to see them from here, but new set of disc pads, a couple of front tyres, and then another job I've done is I've replaced the rear brake load sensor, brake load sensing valve. I replaced that. It was one of these jobs I've had on my, it's not been working properly for about 5 years, but it still passed the MOT just with a very big imbalance in the back. So I thought I'll actually get on with it and do it today. So I've done the actual work. The main thing to do today is get it bled up and then see if she'll start, and then so I can drop it off. The only problem with this car is so low, I struggle to get underneath, so I've had to stick it on some blocks so I can worm myself underneath. I brought a couple of tools with me to try to make my life easier. So I'll chuck my overalls on, get the bonnet up, and we'll go from there. Right, so there she is, 1.9 litre, naturally aspirated, indirect injection diesel. Like I say, it sounds like an absolute locomotive when it starts, but it's been really reliable for us. Even though it's got just over 250,000 miles on the clock, I've never had the head off, never had the sump off, never had anything major on this. It's been a bloody brilliant engine. So I've got everything set up now, so there's a brake reservoir. I'm actually using a pressurised brake bleed system, and it's probably I probably shouldn't be admitting this, but it's the first time I've ever used, well, no, it's not the first time, it's the second time I've ever actually used one of these. I've never used one before until only a couple of weeks ago when we had to bleed up a Land Rover, and I was shocked at how easy it made the job. Absolutely shocked. I've never used one before, but in my defence, most of my time's been spent working on HGVs, so they're all air brakes. So I very rarely had to do anything with hydraulics, so that's my excuse anyway. So anyway, I've not put much pressure, I've only put 10 psi, and when we was bleeding the Land Rover, we had it right around at 25, which probably maybe a bit too much, maybe not, but I'll put it on 10. So get underneath the back. I'm only going to bleed the back brakes. I'm not going to bother the front. I didn't have anything apart on the front, so I'm just going to go straight for the backs where I've had it all apart, and then we'll see how it feels. Right, so here we are. So I'm going to start off with the furthest away wheel station. I have got a pipe to go over the bleed nipple, but I'm not convinced that I'm going to get that undone without snapping it. It's so rusty, I don't even actually see that on it's mega rusty. I have been soaking it with WD-40. There. Can't remember the last time I actually tried to bleed these. Oh, no, I think it'll be alright. It'll be alright. Harmless sound. Okay. Right, lock it off. Now, don't be fooled by that fluid, because this brake line goes, you probably can't see it, goes over the top of the axle, above the fuel tank, and then around to, and then around to the load sensing valve. So there it is. I did all right. I managed to get a couple of pipes undone and a couple of pipes snapped, so I've had to make up a couple of pipes. You can see the join further up, but I managed to get the job done okay. I was relatively happy with that. But the old, in fact, that's the tray I left underneath it. See if there's going to be any drips. It looks okay. But the old valve really cut up a fight, and basically what you're looking at on the floor is the remains of it. I had to slice it to pieces, so there's some bits of it there, bits of it there, bits of it there. I literally end up slicing it to pieces to get it to come off. A couple of bolts that hold it on were completely rusted right through. Yeah, I literally just cut it, chipped it, smashed it to pieces. There's the end of one of the studs. So I'll have to have a sweep up and a tidy up before I attempt to move the car. That would definitely be a puncher. Let's chuck this on. Put that up on there. Now, what do I do with the spanner? Oh, there it is. Let's crack that open. There we go. I think I'm going to end up editing this bit and skipping half of this because it's not doing much, is it? There we go. Right, there's some air bubbles. There's the air bubbles I was saying about, because I did replacing that valve. I ended up doing over several weeks in between work and kids and home life, so the pipes are actually empty for quite a period of time. Right, gonna leave that aside for the minute and see if we can get lucky with this side. Now, on this side, I might have to pay a bit of attention to, because it almost looks like this side's been weeping. So, that might be the wheel cylinder needs changing. I have had one of these rear wheel cylinders pop on me before. Right, there we go. That's going to come undone nicely. Right. Get me pipe and a cup over it. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Right. Gonna put this around the back. There's not so much in the way. Right. There we go. Yeah, load of air. There comes the fluid. And here comes the air bubbles. Well, I think there's more air in this line than the other side. Not too sure how that worked. So we're all bled up now. We're all bled up. I've just been looking for leaks. It's all nice and dry. No drips anyway, not yet. Just started tidying up a little bit. I just found another bit that used to belong to the old one. Like I said, that really put up a real fight, that did. There you go. Isn't that a mess? One little brake valve can make. Right, well, I've had the battery on charge. I think it took a charge, so let's go see if it actually starts. If it actually starts, we can get it actually move. It's been a few months. So as I'm sure you can guess by now, when I said I wasn't going to bother bleeding the front because it shouldn't need it, I was clearly lying. I jumped in it, the brake pedal went about 3/4 of the way down, so there's clearly air in there still. It clearly didn't like being left for however long it was. And Christ, that's tight. It can't be much air because it still stops. It can't be much. Ooh, that is really tight. So since it's dry, there we go. Oh yeah, look at all that lot. So since it's dry and I've got a bit of time before I've got to go and pick the kids up, I thought I'd actually get on with it. Unfortunately, to get to the bleed nipple properly, you've got to take the wheel off. But at least you can rely on my brand new disc and brand new pads. Yay! Please don't snap, please don't snap, please don't. Jesus Rex. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Oh, blimey. Spin back on there. Pressure has this got in it? Yeah, still got enough. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, it's got air in it. I'm quite surprised about that, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to have air in front, but I mean, it's been apart for about 3 months, so maybe it just didn't like being apart for that long with the arse end drained out of it. For 250,000 miles, that's still the original offside spring and shock. Another piece of pointless information. No, that's good timing. I think it's just starting to rain. Right, well, that's about it now. It's brake pedal actually stops where it should. Feels a lot better, feels as it did do. So I'm quite happy with that. Starts, drives, stops. That'll do for the moment. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.